any additions or deletions to the agenda that anybody can think of?
Pamela just said to hold for a second.
Okay. It said recording in progress, so I thought we were ready to roll, but I will wait. That's all right. It sounded like I was starting a marriage ceremony, so I can always wait, and I'll do that again.
We are now live.
We are now live, so I will start the Spokane Park Board meeting of Thursday, March 10th of 2022 at 3:30, and thank you everybody for joining us. Do we have any additions or deletions to the agenda? Hearing none, we'll move on. So Park Board members, you have in front of you a very full consent agenda. Are there any items from the consent agenda you want removed for discussion? If not, I will make a motion that the consent agenda be approved as presented. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Kevin. Any further discussion? All those in favor of the consent agenda as presented signify by saying aye and raise your hand.
Aye. Aye.
All opposed? It passes. Thank you. We have no special guests today, so Mark Buning, you get to be really quick here.
All right. Boy, I'm right up on the agenda here. So
you are.
So, well, you didn't have the pleasure of a financial report last month, so now you get two. So let me share my screen here. Hopefully. Let's see, where is it? All right. All right. Everybody see that all right? All right, we'll start off with our year-end report, our year-end 2021. We wrapped up 13th month, or I should say wrapped it up for the most part. There's always a few little adjustments that happen, that drag on. But anyway, there wasn't any really big surprises in 13th month. It went pretty well as anticipated, and so that little preface, we'll jump right into it. So our first slide here, we see a comparison of our 2021 actual expenditures with our budget average, or with our historical budget average of 2019 and 2020. And we see that our year-end expenditures are somewhat below the average. Actual expenditures were below the budget by about 2.7%. Or approximately about $550,000. Comparing to the previous year, year-to-date expenditures are about $3.5 million more than in 2020, again reflecting that greater level of program activity and that transition into a more normal parks activity year. So as that transition occurred, our expenditures started to spike up. So. And again, if there's any questions as I move through this, I'll click through it pretty rapidly. And if there's any questions, please just interrupt or let me know. So we're moving right along. Here, our next slide shows our year-to-date revenues compared to our two-year average. And we see they're actually very close. Our actual revenues exceeded the budget average by about $98,000. And our total revenues exceeded our 2020 revenues by about $3.4 million. And the revenues derived from our parks activities, primarily in recreation and riverfront, exceeded 2020 by about $2.4 million. And once again, reflecting that return to our more normal parks activity year. And so our third slide here, we see a comparison of our actual or our year-to-date actual revenues to our year-to-date actual expenditures. We see that our total revenues exceeded our expenditures by about $1.35 million. Now in 2020, our total revenues exceeded total expenditures by about $1.4 million. So we're very close, very similar ending of the year compared to last year. 2021 total revenues over total expenditures, it was about a $47,000 difference over last year, about $47,000 less. So we had higher expenditures. Also, 1.1 area I would point out, we had much higher utility costs this year. because of the hot summer and, of course, more temp seasonal, more variable costs that went along with the higher activity, but we also had the higher revenues to offset it. So we came out right about the same. And again, adding that additional $1.35 million to our fund balance. Any questions about Fund 1400, the park fund? Okay. Moving on to the year-end golf fund, we see that our year-to-date expenditures exceeded that historical budget average by about $637,000. Again, as we mentioned in some of our previous meetings, this is due to the record busy year at the courses in 2021, and also the capital expenditures for the roof and HVAC replacement at Indian Canyon. Those historically high number of rounds requires a larger number, as mentioned earlier, variable costs, such as temp seasonal and other maintenance and operational costs. In addition, and again, I mentioned just a minute ago, our water costs or utility costs were much higher this year than in the previous year. And again, that was experienced all across the park system in 2021. So moving on to the next slide, we see the results of the busy year and those higher costs. Actual revenues exceeded the historical budget by about $920,000. Again, keep in mind that includes the facility improvement fee. And speaking of the facility improvement fee, that we exceeded last year's revenues by about $162,000 for year to date. Now, our third slide, we see a comparison of our revenues to our expenditures. These are total revenues, total expenditures. We see that there was a difference of about $920,000. The Golf Fund's 2021 net revenue of revenues over expenditures exceeded the 2020 net revenues by approximately $437,000. That left the Golf Fund in a very favorable financial condition, probably the best financial condition I've seen the Golf Fund in since I've been here, and we'll see that again as we look at the year to date in 2022. Any questions about the Golf Fund? All right, then we will move into the financial report through February of the current year, 2022. Now here again in the first slide, we see a comparison of our expenditures through February with the historical budget average, which again is the average of 2020 and 2021, moving forward a year. Whoops, sorry. We see that the February expenditures are above the budget average. Actual expenditures were above the budget by about 7%, or approximately $138,000. Year-to-date expenditures are about $300,000 more than 2021 at this point in time. Again, last year in 2021, we got kind of a slow start. We were still experiencing some of the effects of COVID. This year, not as much, still a little bit, but not as much. So our expenditures are a little bit higher than they were through the end of February last year. So anyway, is reflected in these numbers. Looking at our total revenues versus the historical average, we see they're actually very close. Actual revenues exceed the budget average by about $81,000. 2022 revenues exceeded the 2020 revenues by about $376,000. And again, looking at our parks activities, the revenue derived from those activities, again, primarily recreation and riverfront, exceeded last year by about $217,000. So again, once again, reflecting that more return into a transition into a more normal year. So more expenditures, a little bit higher activity, we end up we also offset that with additional revenue. Okay, the next slide, we see a comparison of year-to-date revenues to year-to-date expenditures. We see the total revenues exceed expenditures by about $1.5 million. In 2021, the total revenues exceeded total expenditures by about 1.4. So we're pretty close to where we were last year. Our 2022 revenues are about $77,000 more than last year at the same time. So historically, we have a very cyclical activity in parks. This is typically the time of year where our revenues pretty far exceed our expenditure level, and those kind of get closer. And in some months, as we get into our busy season, those expenditures exceed our revenues in any given month. So we see sort of an offset of that. So, any questions about the park fund through February? Hey.
Just a comment that anything that looks like it's a surplus, believe me, it's all earmarked for deferred maintenance and capital expenditures and things that we have not been able to do in the past 2 years. So
that is very true. That is very true.
Needed to make that clear.
All right, looking at the Golf Fund. Again, Golf Fund, this is a pretty typical pattern we see. Year-to-date expenditures are below the historical budget average by about $43,000, and that looks more than that on this particular graph. Although actual year-to-date expenditure are about the same as they were last year at this point in time. The budget is higher because of increases in the 2022 adopted budget, because during the adopted budget, we increased some of our operating expenditures. So when we apply that same average percentage to a higher budget, we get a bigger number. So, these will tend to probably even out as time goes on, as courses open up and we resume more normal golf activity. And looking here, we see our actual revenues are below the historical budget by about $42,000. Again, for that same reason, we're applying that percentage to a larger base, so our revenue budget looks a little bit bigger. These also mention that these include our pre-sale revenues of about $164,000 that were booked in January of this year. So our third slide here, we see the comparison of total actual revenues to total expenditures. We see expenditures have exceeded revenues by about $33,000. And again, that's, as I mentioned, this is not really unusual for this point in the year. And despite that, the booking of those pre-sale revenues, the courses aren't open, so there's no revenue coming into the fund. But we have those fixed costs of staffing, maintenance, and some of the, utility costs that we have regardless whether the courses are open or not. And as I mentioned previously, the courses are the financial condition of the Golf Fund is in great condition, and the Fiscal Improvement Fund reserve is about, at the end of February, is about $1.7 million. That's the reserve that is earmarked for debt service payment. So that's a nice reserve. I mean, our debt service is going to be considerably higher in 2022 than last year, but we have the reserves for it and have done a pretty good job of anticipating that. Any questions about the Golf Fund? All right, our last slide, looking at the state of the bond fund. We didn't present that for the year end because it was actually the same. It hadn't changed. So we have an unencumbered balance that hasn't been expended or encumbered of about $90,000 at this point. So we have about $576,000 committed. So there's still some ongoing things, but again, we're wrapping the project up. So if there's any questions, that pretty much concludes the financial report.
Thank you, Mark. Any questions, Park Board members or others? Well, thank you, Mark, for bringing us up to date. We always appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it very
Yes,
much.
indeed. And in the chat, Bob Anderson is giving kudos to the entire staff for a fantastic year. Well done. That's good management. Thank you, everybody. All right, Park Board members, you have as a special action item what is typical for this time of year, and those are our Park Board committee assignments. I will go over just the highlights of any changes. Most of it is the same as last year. We have Nick Sumner rejoining golf, leaving rec and rejoining golf and becoming the Conservation Futures liaison, with Greta being the alternate on that. Hannah Kitts, to my delight, has agreed to be the bylaws chair. And we have one vacancy, and Kevin Brownlee, also to my delight, has agreed to chair urban forestry. And so we will await the appointment by the mayor and city council of our new park board member. We hope the interview committee has gone through its process, and we are just awaiting the rest of that decision. So you have the entire committee list in your packet. I would like to make a motion that the committee list be approved as presented. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Sally will second it.
2 seconds, all right. Pamela, you can choose Bob or Sally. Either one will work. All right, any other discussion or comments? Thank you, everybody, for your work. I know it's a lot of time, especially for those of you who are working, and we all appreciate your time. So if there's nothing further, then I will move that we vote. All those in favor of the committee assignment signify by saying aye and raising your hand.
Aye.
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 Opposed? And the committee assignments pass. Thank you, everybody. So while I've got the floor, I'll move right into the Urban Forestry Committee report. I acted as Chair Pro Tem, and so we heard from the Citizen Advisory Committee from Chelsea that they're working on some educational messaging they're going to be coming up with for watering trees, and they're actually forming a subcommittee to take a look at developing some educational materials for caring for downtown trees. I think that's a real need, and I know some of you, that's been a concern you voiced to me a number of times, and so that's a great thing to have going on. The Citizen Advisory Committee will be taking a field trip to Kansas County on April 12th to inspect the restoration from the fire that was there, and they're reviewing the growth of the seedlings planted with the Evergreen Bike Alliance. Our thanks to that Bike Alliance. I know we've said it before, but we can say it again. They're a great group of volunteers. We really appreciate their partnership. And then Katie Kosanke gave us an update on the spring tree planting events, these volunteer opportunities. They are starting at the end of this month. On Track Pacific Educational Institute on March 30th. There's an Earth Day planting at Comstock on April 22nd. That's restoration, of course, for that windstorm that we had. There's an Arbor Day Symposium, April 23rd, and Arbor Day at Finch, April 30th. That's from 11 to 2, by the way. Spokanopi tree planting is scheduled for May 5th and 6th in partnership with the Lands Council, and there will be planting throughout the park system, especially in Cannon Park, and we have some more planting. You know, there's always a review of the trees and care of the forest that we have in Riverfront Park. I want to give a shout out to Steve Nidlow. He's been helping the golf courses with pruning and taking down dead trees. He's doing a great job, and I know that that's something that Park Board members have been concerned with, so hooray for that. We're really grateful. And speaking of golf, I'm going to segue right into Jerry.
Oh, hi, Jennifer. Thank you. First of all, thanks to Mark Buning again for putting the report together with the help of our Mark Hoyer and, you know, everybody in golf. Quite enthusiastic right now. But as Jennifer heralded, you know, we're starting a new year and we have a lot of things going on. So I'm just going to highlight a couple, and then to close, give you a little enticement as to which courses might be being a little bit early or on time, however you look at it. One of the things that happened in February was the golf show. And, you know, in the past, due to COVID, we just haven't been able to get out and meet with the public. So this was a nice beginning. And with that, sold a lot of passes. And first of all, I wanted to give thanks to Fiona and Mark Poyer for putting together, and all their team. Jason, I know, was involved, the IT department, and I got to see different video shots, and we looked really good. So, you know, special thanks, because this is putting our best foot forward, and it's during the winter months when everybody's just kind of hungry to get something different. One quick update, as you as park board members may or may not remember, we have been involved in repairing and reinstalling and taking care of irrigation. Number one, menace to golf, wasting water, billions of gallons. You know, sometimes people thought we had extra creeks running through places, but we didn't. So right now, Indian Canyon is up and running, and everything is working great. All the IT equipment is on task and allowing our suits to really do a good job monitoring. Last year, we finished Esmeralda. So we have great things happening now at Esmeralda, and looking forward to this year. Hopefully we got all the bugs out. But right now, we are just waiting to start finishing up downriver. So with that, we will have 3 courses completely revamped as far as irrigation is concerned. The other thing that took place, we really did a lot of discussion on IT and how they've been there to help us, and how we could do a better job of maybe working together on that. And right now, things are in the go forward. And we're looking now at some marketing changes. And kudos to Fiona Dixon and her team. And I don't know how many of you watch golf on TV, but we are going to be featured again through Spokane. So with that, here we go. Fauchen will be open this Saturday, March 12th. Esmeralda, we are looking at Wednesday, March 16th. Downriver and Indian Canyon are always a little bit later because of how they're situated with the trees, you know, and we still have, believe it or not, quite a bit of snow at Indian Canyon. So what we're looking at, setting a date for Indian Canyon and Downriver, we're hoping for like the 18th of March. But I think we don't want to get too excited, so we've got Indian Canyon around April 1st. So with that, get out, clean your clubs, and we're going to be ready to go. Next meeting for golf. We're still in WebEx. We're really hoping, you know, once things get lifted a little bit, we'll be able to see each other's faces and enjoy some hot coffee and a few donuts. I've got some saved up. Just for you, Bob. Tuesday, April 12th at 8 o'clock. We'll see you all on WebEx. Thank you.
Jerry's always famous for her donuts,
Yeah.
so that's a real incentive, thank you. And I neglected to mention that Urban Forestry will be next meeting, April 5th. All right, so now we'll move on to land, which is just the next day after Urban Forestry usually. Greta?
Well, the Land Committee did not meet this month, so we have no action items. And our next meeting is 3:30 p.m. on April 6th, still via WebEx. And I believe and hope that we will be getting an update on the Parks Master Plan at the next meeting. And perhaps I'll have something to report on that on the next Park Board meeting.
Great.
So
Great.
that is today's report.
Short and sweet. Thank you, Greta. Sally, Rec.
Well, a little bit of the same thing. Rec did not meet, and we don't have any action items, but the exciting news is please check out the Spring Activity Guide. It's absolutely beautiful if you haven't seen it. It's inspiring. Jennifer and her team did just a bang-up job on this. It's I think it's one of the best I've seen, and it's the color, all of it. It's just check it out. It's beautiful, and it makes you want to sign up for everything. Anyway, the next Rec Committee meeting is Wednesday, April 6th at 5:15 WebEx.
Thank you, Sally. And indeed, getting out in our parks and using those programs is one of the best stress reducers out there. So I encourage everyone to do that. All right, Nick Sumner actually has an action item with Riverfront Park.
I do, and you'll have to excuse me, I'm watching a high school baseball game. So we do have an action item, and I believe Barry hopefully is here to present about that action item.
Thanks, Nick. Yes, I am here. Let me pull up the agenda screen and skip on down. This is a Kaufman Engineer amendment number 2. It deals with our Expo Butterfly. In summary, they're requesting additional budget for engineering that wasn't really captured in the original scope. And let me walk you through it rather quickly here. So our Expo Butterfly, here's an artist rendition of it in a green color, but it has several components to it. You take the skin off of it or the fabric, and we have the frame, we have this thing called the cap, and we also have a post. Now, the post is already there, and it's in really great shape, but the frame was what we asked Kaufman to really study and work on. But it was the cap that actually became the crux of the entire engineering effort. In addition to those pieces, there's also these things called battens and fabric, and this is what creates the stiffness of the wings in flight, as well as it allows for a movement, allows them to flex in the wind. Let me see if I can zoom out just a little bit. And when I say that, of course, it's much like a sail, a wind sail, in which the battens keep the fabric stiff, but yet allow it to move and flex, which reduces a lot of stresses and impact when the wind hits it. So as the wing design and the improvements were continuing to develop in engineering, we actually found that as we kept on searching for a solution in aluminum, it became apparent that carbon steel for the frame turned out to be the most feasible option. And carbon steel is less expensive than aluminum. It's much easier to weld, and it also it's going to take away a lot of bolted fasteners at the joints of the aluminum, and that allows for the fabric installation to be much more simple, which then in turn reduces the construction costs and refabric or reskinning it at a later date when needed. Another part that I wanted to focus on here, and this is really the meat of the ask, is this piece called the cap. I'm going to dive into it just a little bit here at an exploded, almost exploded, but almost a transparent image here that shows all the different pieces and parts to this mechanism that allows it to pivot and turn and twist and move up and down without destroying itself. This is a very, what they call a fully articulate arm, and it's been a real challenge. We thought we could reuse the one that was up there. It's actually still sitting up there on top of the post, but it turns out as we keep on moving through the design process, this piece was a contributing factor to the failure of the Expo Butterfly. So we need to revisit this, look at it from a critical engineered eye, and create the next generation of butterfly. So this mechanical piece, you'll see it's modeled here. I won't go into a whole bunch of detail about the torsion arms and the cam rollers and so on and so forth, but it's very detailed work for our engineers, and included with that is, in that design, is how do we install it? How does a contractor come out to the site and actually erect this thing and put it up without it flying around and flipping around on you in the wind? And not only that, but we look at how is John's group going to be able to maintain it safely, lock it into position, roll up the fabric, clean it if they need to, change the fabric if they want to, and be able to keep this thing in one position so that it can be safely worked on. We're also studying colors. Right now, Fiona is working on illustrations with our local children. She's sending out basically outlines of butterflies that match our butterfly and asking for public input. And we'll take that back to the designers and we'll say this is what the public is wanting. This is the vision of our next generation, and so can we recreate that in real life for the next generation? In the future too, we have an array of fabrics that we can put on other butterflies if we choose to create more of them. I think there were 5 Expo butterflies in 1974. We're going to have one now, and hopefully we'll have 4 more in the future. With that brief summary of where we've been, background, Kauffman did submit quite a lengthy request for additional services. I don't know if you were able to read through all of it or understand all of it, but I'll just summarize rather quickly here. This is a phase 2 ad services, so we're in the second phase of our design process, and this is a one-of-a-kind artistic piece, and it's held in place by that pivot point, that cap on top of a 50-foot pole. They know it needs to have the freedom to tilt, turn, and twist, and as they researched aluminum and the difficulties and constraints where welding isn't even economically feasible. So we moved into aluminum bolted joints, and this is a lot of research and development. But we found that those aluminum bolted joints in the frame made it far more difficult to stretch the fabric onto the butterfly. It costs more to make. It's more difficult to assemble, and aesthetically, it just wasn't where we really wanted to go as designers. It just wasn't pretty enough. So we looked at a change of material back to, like I said, the carbon steel, and we found that it didn't add any more weight. We found that it was, once we reduced the size of the frame material, we going from aluminum to steel, and also getting rid of the bolted connections, our weight distribution seemed to be about equal. So that helped out a lot. It didn't have to create a whole bunch of more engineering because of a change. It actually helped out a lot. So I'm sorry, I think someone had a question. Okay. So as we go through and we keep on working on this, and I think this is the last phase here, we're at the tail end of this design, this due diligence, this last piece of putting together the design drawings so that we have a good, solid, biddable set of drawings, and the support during bidding and permitting to answer questions. So this is part of the proposal. And this part here in the proposal, 1E, talks about the cap, and I mentioned before, this is something that is that has grown in scope. We didn't think that we had to do it, but we really need to study this if we want something that's long-lasting and durable and especially safe. So there are additional design elements. The frame changes, the shock-absorbing cradle. This is where the butterfly, if it comes down fast and slams against the post, that we have a mechanism to distribute and dissipate that weight. Also, we got to relook at the spring design. Like I said, the whole top of the butterfly, this mechanism had to be re-engineered. And then also retention mechanisms, meaning locking it in place and also keeping it from rotating while it's locked in place for maintenance. The construction cost, I underline this part here. It's important to note that the steel design will likely be somewhat higher than the original estimate. The original estimate was with aluminum, which is costly. But what we've experienced over the last 12 months is an enormous increase of materials and volatility in our market. I don't have to tell you that inflation is rampant, and we expect it to continue. And I think from what I've been seeing on other projects and discussing with other contractors and engineers, that inflation is really more upwards of 30% than the lower numbers we keep hearing on the news. Our bids are that are coming in on multiple projects across this region are almost impossible to predict. So we're probably going to see some significant costs for the butterfly, and what we're trying to do here is mitigate that by switching materials and construction methods. This butterfly is designed for maximum wind speed of 92 miles an hour, which is a very high wind load for a wind sculpture, which this is. At 92 miles an hour, the butterfly will sit tight, and then there's also, we always incorporate a safety factor, usually of 2. In this case, it's even higher than that. But Mother Nature may throw something at us that is unforeseen. You never know. But at 92 miles an hour in City of Spokane, we've got a lot of problems that are beyond this butterfly. We'll have trees going down, of course. We've experienced this before. We'll have roofs coming off buildings. So I think that this design load is appropriate. It's about the safest we can get to without tremendously increasing the bulk of the structure. So with that, I want to tell you that we're at a point where, if approved today, we have about 6 weeks of engineering left. We'll receive 90% bid documents. Those will go not only out to appropriate contractors, qualified contractors, but also to our plan check center at the city, where we'll work with their engineers to ensure that we're meeting all the code requirements, safety requirements. And then once we get those comments back from planning and development, from plan check, from questions from contractors who may have some really good ideas as they respond to the bid docs, we'll wrap this up into a final package and give it to the contractor, or we'll offer it to you first for a construction contract, and then release the drawings for construction and get on our way to building. And with that, and trying to be brief, I know that I'm one of those ones that kind of talks a lot, so I apologize for that, but in the end, requesting an additional design budget for Kaufman Engineers as amendment number 2 in the amount of $28,000, no tax on the design. And I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Barry. Well done. I appreciate the fact that there's such an emphasis on safety.
Thank you.
All right, yeah, thank you, Barry. Not hearing any questions, I will make a motion to accept the amendment for Kaufman Engineering in the amount of $28,000, no tax.
Nick, it's Terry Fortner from the Parks Foundation. I did try to raise my hand, and I just noticed that you were on the phone, so I do apologize. I just had a really quick question for Barry, if you don't mind. Barry, is this something that we will be partnering with the city on? I remember when, we've got the second butterfly as part of our campaign projects, and when we had kind of the catastrophic event, there were a few meetings between park board members, city staff, and foundation board members where we had discussed what would need to happen in order to ensure that the original butterfly was able to be re-erected safely, and that we were in a good position as a foundation, continuing to seek funding for the second butterfly, to be able to kind of tap into one design overall. And help me remember, weren't we sharing in this somehow? I'm so sorry. I should just have this top of mind, and I apologize I don't. So lead me.
Thank you, Terry. I might have to lean on Garrett a little bit to pick his brain because he's got a much better memory than I do. I believe that the Parks Foundation and Parks work together to fund some of the initial design here, with the goal. And the engineering team knows this, is once we get this final design put together, that it could be applied to multiple butterflies in the future.
Okay.
But as far as how we were funding in the beginning, maybe Garrett can weigh in on that if he recalls exactly how we did that.
Yeah, absolutely. So phase one, I believe it was 20-something thousand of that was paid for out of the campaign. And then for the rest of the funding, if you remember, it was upwards of $890,000 the council approved for wind damage as we looked for FEMA reimbursement. And working with our emergency manager, Sarah Nuss, we were able to qualify a lot of our projects for reimbursement with FEMA funds. And so the rest of the phases and funding from the design outside of phase one is coming from that account that's in our 1950 account for wind fund damage. And then on the other side, city staff is working on the reimbursement, and it looks like a lot of the design and then the construction, up to 75% then can be reimbursed by FEMA, and then that reimbursement will go back to general fund contributions, since the general fund initially supported this effort with the entire windstorm.
So then help me understand what happens with that other 25% then, Garrett. Do we need to have a conversation maybe offline, or is your thinking the whole second phase, getting to the final phase of being able to construct the butterfly, is actually fully reimbursed by the FEMA fund?
I'll have to look, Terry, and get back to you on exactly what we submitted for consideration on FEMA on that one.
Okay, I appreciate that, and I didn't mean to take us down a rabbit hole. I apologize.
No problem. Good questions. All right, so I already made a motion. Looking for a second.
I'll second that. Yep.
All right, a motion and a second. Any further comment or question?
Greta, did you have your hand up too, did I see?
I did, but I was basically going to ask the same question.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, hearing none, I will call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Thank you, Barry. I appreciate you doing this and giving the board a update on what's going on with the butterflies and really talking about the safety aspect of what we're trying to design to. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. So for RFP, Amy did a great report out on our upcoming marketing for the park. And then John did a report out of operations, and all the information is in the minutes, so please take a moment to go check that out. And RFP's next meeting will be April 11th at 4 p.m. via WebEx.
Great. Thank you, Nick, and thank you, Barry, and thank you, Terry, for the good question, and good to see those butterflies, this one going back up again. So I know that's been something that's been wanted for a long time, ever since the windstorm. So, Mr. Anderson with Finance.
Finance Committee met Tuesday, March 8th at 3 p.m. Finance had 3 action items, and they were all approved and sent to the board meeting as part of the consent agenda. All of these action items had previously been reviewed at other committee meetings, and these actions were approving contracts for the funding process. Mark Bunig presented the 2021 end-of-year financials along with the February reports. The 2021 year ended with $2,600,000 operating revenue over operating expenses, which allowed a substantial transfer of $1,300,000 to the capital budget. And as Jennifer mentioned earlier, those dollars are already allocated to numerous projects. Services and charges expense budget increases were driven by the utilities, primarily water usage, due to the hottest summer on record. Parks has developed an effective budget preparation and implementation process, in part due to the COVID-reduced revenue generation. Expenses, primarily salaries and wages, were set at the base crew level, and any additions required management approval. As the economy moves from the COVID environment, it is a positive note that Parks has maintained the same budget process. The February report showed a continuation of 2021, with revenue exceeding expenses for the first 2 months. The next finance meeting is scheduled for April 12th at 3 p.m. and also via WebEx.
Thank you, Bob. And while you have the floor, why don't you move right into Development and Volunteer Committee?
Okay. The DVC committee has not met since the February Park Board meeting. The next scheduled meeting is Thursday, March 17th at 3 p.m. And with the membership nearing completion, establishing a set meeting date will be one of the agenda items. The CAC did meet February 24th, and Chair Kelly Brown will provide a recap.
Hello, thanks, Bob. We met last Thursday, February 24th, and we are filling out nicely. We have 9 of the 12 seats spoken for. We have representatives from different Friends of groups, and we were able to start getting lists of areas that each group has on their agenda. Our next meeting is March 24th.
Thank you, Kelly. I have to give Kelly a shout out. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes work that's been going on with this CAC. Go ahead, Bob. I know you weren't done.
Well, as a matter of fact, I was done, and I too second that. Kelly does a lot of work that is not reflected in what she just, in her brief recap, she puts in a lot of time with this, so thank you, Kelly. Now I'm done.
Yeah, I'm happy to say that the Citizen Advisory Committee of the Friends Group has been sharing information and support, helping each other with things like possible software for recruiting volunteers and things like that. And that's exactly the kind of sharing that we're hoping will happen, that kind of mutual support and information sharing. So I only have 2 things on my president's report today. One is to remind the Park Board of your study session, which is really the Joint City Council Park Board study session on April 28th at 11 a.m. And then just to say that I'm really looking forward to the really first realization of all that Riverfront Park can be as we see COVID likely lifting now. I'm really looking forward to seeing how that downtown park is going to revitalize our city and prove that parks are real economic drivers, not only good for physical and mental health, but really those things, those entities that spur a city forward in terms of its sense of self and what it has to offer the wider community and visitors. In fact, it was noted that Paul McCartney chose to kick off his concert series here because he liked our parks and he is a fan of walking through parks. So that was a draw, and parks will continue, I think, to be that kind of economic driver. So, Greta Gilman, Conservation Futures?
I have nothing to report on Conservation Futures. It's sort of a quiet time right now for that program, but I do want to report that I am no longer the liaison.
That's true. It's now Nick, but I knew he wouldn't have anything to add because he hadn't been doing it, so. All right. Well, thank you for letting Nick take that spot, and you're going to be the alternate. Appreciate that.
Sure.
So, Parks Foundation, I know the agenda says Jerry Sperling, but that's kind of a template from old days. It's actually Barb Ritchie. Barb, you don't get off the hook this time. And, of course, we have Terry Fortner.
Well, I'm excited to share some really good news, and all of you may have already heard this because it was on KXLY and KHQ and the Journal of Business, and it happened like a few days after our last meeting. So obviously the Spokane Humane Society gifted $250,000 to create a dog park in Riverfront Park. So that's so exciting. And they plan to unveil the designs of those and get feedback and just community excitement on June 18th at the Parade of Paws event. So that's super exciting. Also, you'll find in your packet, board members, the fund balance. The Spokane Parks Foundation is super transparent, and they provide an update on where they're at in all things fundraising. I actually am excited to share that Terry and their board chair are working on efficiencies and cutting back meeting times and creating committee assignments and all sorts of things. So when I say their next meeting is TBD, it is truly TBD unless it's in my email box and I haven't seen it yet. But so that's useful of people's time and talent, and that's exciting. Other things to report, they are fundraising like crazy and getting in unrestricted and restricted funds into their account, working on some marketing projects and collateral material. And as far as other events going on, they have fundraisers for. I'm gonna hand this over maybe to Terry because the brick. Let's see, Terry, you got that handy?
We have kind of the Pints for Park event coming up in May, and everyone will receive an invitation to this event. And so it's just a little fundraising event we're doing with Brick West Brewing. And then in addition to that, we have Pints for Paws, which is going to be happening in June, again at Brick West. And really and truly, the gratitude for that event needs to be handed firmly over to Josh Morrissey, who began the relationship, and it's just blossomed. And that, of course, all the funding, the dollars that we raise will be around the Riverfront Park Dog Park. So, and then in addition to that, I'm sure you're starting to maybe hear a little bit of the buzz around, it's almost Make a Splash season. And so we've been working with our splash partners to identify what the needs are with regard to lifeguard certifications and recertifications. Had a fantastic conversation with Josh Oakes yesterday about how we can ensure that the city of Spokane has the ability to really utilize all of those swim lesson scholarship funds. He's brilliant and has just great relationships, and so we think that we will be successful in that endeavor this year. And then in addition to that, the general store for this is the 15th year, they will be kicking off their roundup for Spokane Parks Foundation for swimsuits on April 1st. And so for those of you that aren't aware of what that is, the general store works with their customers. They invite everyone to round up on their purchases, and all of those dollars and cents, mostly cents, but they add up to big dollars. They take that pot of money and they purchase brand new swimsuits that then we work through our aquatics facilities, the municipalities, and the community centers throughout Spokane County to ensure that we're getting them to the families and the kids that need them the most. It's been a great partnership with the general store, and we'll have a lot of good information coming up with regard to that in the very near future. It ends up being around, anywhere between $7,000 and $9,000 worth of swimsuits, and of course that's at cost. It's not at what we would pay retail. So you get a lot of little swimsuits. And I invite anyone who is interested in sorting, 900 little swimsuits into different size categories. I will absolutely look forward to connecting with you for that little project because it takes almost a full day.
So for those community members who are listening, volunteers are always needed for any type of committee that we'd like to offer you. And with that, Madam Chairwoman, that is the end of my report for the Spokane Parks Foundation Liaison.
Thank you, Barb, and thank you, Terry. Thank you again also for that partnership with our aquatics program. Those are really important things that are happening there. We do not have Jonathan Bingle with us today, so Mr. Jones, you get to take it away as our Director of Parks and Rec.
Oh, good afternoon, and thanks again for a great month, Park Board and staff. And, just to highlight a few items, and I think, I mentioned this in Finance Committee, but I think really looking at the big picture and where we were as an organization 3-4 years ago in the financial struggles that we're in and the $1 million reset that we had to do for 2020 to really look at our expenses, the state we were in golf, where we would used to have to look to see if we'd have to borrow money from 1,400 to carry over the costs for golf. I cannot thank the leadership of the Park Board and our staff, and I think it all starts, with the team building and really not overcomplicating our finances. I mean, really it's about the accountability, monitoring our budget, monitoring the cash flows, and thinking strategically with our partners. And without all that being said, being able to really tackle some of these great deferred capital projects that we have not been able to accomplish, whether, that's finishing up the Riverfront Park redevelopment project during this process. It's going through a pandemic and really resetting our organization. And then it's looking at other projects that we've been able to accomplish around water conservation and things like that have been on our list, our capital list, for many, many years. And we've been able to capitalize that and still build partnerships throughout this entire process. So can't thank the team enough. I love that we're seeing spring finally with the golf courses opening, and the success stories of our winter programs and recreation, a successful year in our ice ribbon, and now that's converted. The ice is gone, getting ready for spring break down in Riverfront Park, and I love to see the pictures of the podium of that volleyball floor getting down and being able to utilize that for our volleyball programs. So can't thank the staff again enough as that we transition from the winter into that spring season. Also, another huge feat for us, we advertised for bid for the Don Cardong Bridge this week. Bids will be back April 4th in time for the April Park Board meeting to accept a contract, and then we're not wasting any time, get rocking and rolling on that project and that great partnership too with the City Council on that one with our other partners, RCO, and then the University District in Gonzaga. Also, President Ogden mentioned the study session. I will be working with the President and Vice President on agenda items, and then also reaching out to our staff liaisons to work with committee chairs with some important items that we would like to address with the City Council with that. So more to come on that agenda. And then also, a lot of our staff, a lot of what we do in our business is around networking and partnerships across our entire state. And we have our great president of the WRPA, Jennifer Papich, and that conference will be that second week in April. So a lot of our staff will be in Bellevue that week, a part of that conference and networking, and Jennifer does a great job and great leadership there for the WRPA program. And also on the operations side, Jennifer mentioned this in her urban forestry report, but we made a lot of shifts and modifications in our operations from 2021 into 2022. And with the leadership of Al Vorderbruggen and those transitions and new staff and staff moving to one location to another location, he's done a fabulous job of navigating that, and we're seeing a great success and staff morale in those areas. And then also with those SBOs that were passed, just as an FYI, Now with the park board endorsement, I will be presenting those SBOs to council committee on the 14th and then the full council on the 28th. So we hopefully will be able to see those transfers and those budget adjustments in the first week of April. That's the end of my report.
That's a lot. Thank you, Mr. Jones. Well, park board members, is there anything else for the good of the order? All right, hearing nothing else, at 4:30, we will close this 1-hour meeting of the park board. I want to say thank you to Pamela Clark behind the scenes for keeping us all together and making all of this possible. So take care, everybody, and Greta and Sally and I were toying with the idea of maybe learning how to golf. We might actually have to do that, but if we do, no photos are allowed. All right, you all later.
Take care, everyone.
Great meeting. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone. Appreciate you.
Bye.